Yeah, I just came in from being outside in that damn snow. I had to go and get me some drink, you know, because I'm gonna be at the house. Because tomorrow I'm going to the emergency room because of my back, and I haven't been feeling well lately. I'm up here watching the inauguration. Really not watching it. My eyes are lingering. I got it on mute. Everybody know how I feel about Donald H. Trump, and it's not because of him being president or becoming president again for the second time. I never liked Donald Trump. And this is a long time when I was young in the 80s where Donald Trump was very, very famous, around a lot of blacks, a lot of whites, he's always around uh, billion-dollar figures, trillion-dollar figures, people that had money that could invest into his businesses and stuff like that. But this is what's the reason why I put up a photo of a God, because this is what it feels like to me. Because when we have these presidential elections and we have these inaugurations, we feel like that we are bowing down to God. Now, see, I'm not a big believer in God. I don't do that because I believe in the Egyptian philosophy, and I always had ever since I was my younger adult years when I started really getting into the Egyptians and the land of Kemet, the land of Cush. I'm not a big believer in God because I know where God came from, and it didn't come from black people. It didn't come from the Native Americans. It didn't come from the Chinese. It didn't come from the Japanese. It didn't come from the Indians. It didn't come from any other people except the European. They created this. Uh, they created someone for us to bow down to when they took over or invaded countries. They needed someone who was powerful, someone who um um that possesses fear, amongst men, because they believe man is the one that's first created, so they need man to be the one that's feared. So this is the reason why I believe that people that has been brainwashed for many, many centuries, going down the line through, the time of the beginning of time all the way through now, you know, uh, and now between technology and many other things that's brainwashed us and thinking that we need these things to live and survive, knowing that we have a brain that's very, 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 very more powerful than a average computer. But we don't use our brains. We don't use any of our, things that you said that God created and gave you, you know, but you think this technology is way better than God's technology or creation of man, because we are technology too. You got to remember that we are technology. But me, I don't believe in something that people tear down. And the funny thing about it is, you go to church every day, you see this big, humongous fucking picture, or you see glass, or you see a big, humongous cross. And who do you see on that cross? You see a white man with a beard. People say, well, God is in many shapes and colors. How do you know? Nobody ever seen God. Nobody ever seen Jesus. No one. Not even a photo of him has even existed of this man, or even an artwork of him. Think about it. Throughout time and throughout history, artwork was the passion of telling people stories. Why did never have not one photo of Jesus? Not one. And I know he had, he had people come, and he had preachings, and he healed the blind, and but why nobody ever say, you know what, there go Jesus Christ, we run over and draw him and make some money. Jesus was money. How can you not make money off that man? He was healing people in the middle of in the middle of a freaking hood, and he went to a freaking, I forgot, he went to a freaking somebody, a little kid was dying, and he can't went in there and he healed the kid. He brought the kid back. Nobody said, let me go and draw him. Oh, this is a great picture, I'm gonna draw him. He's saving his kid's life. Because back then, art was like news. Just like today, when we have all our little technology and we go on the internet, or we go somewhere and we see all these things, we see them because they are pictured or they're drawn, or they are technology inside of these different things that we can see. So how is it for 2,000 years there's not one picture of any of these people, but they got a picture of Peter, they got a picture of Paul, which we don't really know what they really look like. Because like I said, when you make up stories that's been going down the line of many generations, which we always have to start with stories first before we create reality, because number one, back then religion was very, very strong, and it just didn't mean Christianity had many other religions, because Christianity wasn't even the name of the religion at first. Because when they created religion, it was part of the empire of the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire of Constantine created a new religion. Really, honestly, it wasn't a new religion, because they created the religion through the Jewish community, which the Jewish community wanted to create a religion through Mary Magdalene. But Mary Magdalene, because she was the only one to first see Jesus rise from the grave, they wanted to make a religion out of her name. But Constantine said no, because Constantine hated women. He despised women. And then it came to be. See, when people start talking about religion, people don't want to hear it, because religion to people is very, 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 very. It's like a touchy subject to people, and it hurt me because you can't actually have a conversation about religion, because number one, this is the presidential election is really basically on is about religion, because without religion, this man would not be president of the United States, because a lot of people that voted for Donald Trump were Christians and some Muslims. But see, Muslims only voted for him because they want to stay in the country. But a lot of Christians, a lot of other religious people that actually believe in God, are faithfully embedded in God, actually voted for Donald Trump, which he is not even embedded in God. He doesn't care nothing about God. He even said that he's not a Christian and he's not religious. But they still voted for him because he says God, 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 God. And this is my problem for many, many thousands of years, that people just have climbed onto something and never let it go. They hook, especially us black people. We we have been lied to so many times throughout history. We started believing the lies true, and we hooked on to anything that they said to us, even though during the time after the Muslims had black slaves, and then black people started roaming off because they were freed. They started roaming off up in England. They started roaming off in different directions of India. They started roaming off in different types of Britain, Spain. They started roaming around, and they started noticing a lot of them went into Rome and started learning about the Christian religion, because at that time, Christian religion really was at its infancy. And Constantine really wasn't a religious man, because he actually believed in another God. He didn't even believe in the God that he created. But people started believing, oh well, look at the Western parts. I said, you ever notice that when Africans were freed and they learned different religions, they took that religion and brought it back to their civilization where they came from. So a lot of Africans took like Christianity, the Muslim religion, and many other religions at that time, and they brought it to Africa, and they started teaching their own people these religions. So Africa was not the ones that had Christianity first. It was the Arab religion. Really, the Jewish religion was the first Christian religion, but it was a religion that didn't be Christian, because they didn't believe in Christianity, they believed in Judaism. But they wanted to create their own religion. See, this is what I mean when you have all these things going on, people don't know what's going on. People want to believe that, you know, God is going to save us. God is going to do this. God's going to do that. Man been doing things for themselves for nearly 1,000,000 years. And we have been falling down onto our knees praying to somebody that doesn't exist. And we want to make that man or woman, whoever you believe God is, because a lot of people believe God is man, but they only go by what the Bible say, but they don't know if God is a woman. They don't know if Eve was the first created and then Adam came behind her. We don't know, because we weren't there, or we wasn't there when these books were written by man. A bunch of priests, kings, popes sat down and written these stories. They're nothing but stories. That's what I call books. God had nothing to do with these books. People say, well, God spoke. What language did he speak? Nobody ever tells me what language has God spoken when he written these languages, when he written the Bible. What language did he speak? Aramaic? Did he speak? What did he speak? Did he speak a broken tongue? Did he speak English? Did he speak broken English? Because English didn't exist around that time. We don't even know what we know Aramaic, and I think Aramaic is another type of speech was created around that time. Because English was like 1,000 years before, down the road before English was even created. Because they had to create the Bible into an English version because they knew they had to start teaching people that did not know how to read or write the Bible. Because it was a lot of illiteracy back then. So when you were illiterate, you could take control over people that were illiterate, people that couldn't read or write. So you could teach a person like they used to make the newspaper. They used to make the newspaper most easiest thing to read. Because you know why? Because once people started reading the newspaper, it was easier to read than read the actual book. So people started reading the newspaper more. That's why they create a lot of papers that make it easy for people that cannot read to learn how to read. They used to create the newspaper to help people learn how to read. Because when they did the Bible during slavery, they used a lot of slaves to learn the Bible to learn how to read. They told them not to read anything else except the Bible. Nothing, no paper, no book. No, you couldn't be able to write things down. You had to learn. And this is not just the black people. This is the white people too. Back in the South, when people were saying the South was the most illiterate people on the planet, because back when a lot of immigrants came from England, a lot of them were Southerns, and a lot of rich in England didn't like them slow-minded, uh, homeless people because they were actually homeless. They were actually like dirty, nasty, diseased up people. And when they came here to the United States, they separated them from the rich. The North was the rich at first, the South was poor. But the South started getting smarter and started understanding that they could bring free slave labor to the South. And guess what they did? They brought free slave labor to the South. And they became rich, and the North became poor. And Lincoln did not like that because Lincoln was this country of ours was not together at the time. But you know how they always tell you that Lincoln brought the country together. He did not bring the country together because you can't bring the country together through war. But it was also religion too. People didn't know that the religious beliefs of war always will say God will save everyone. But you know how many people died in war? There's nearly 1 billion people that have died fighting a war from this country. 1 billion. Why does death have to be something that we believe that God wants? If He created man to live and to die naturally, why does He think man needs to take man? That wasn't even a thing because they said, oh, Cain and Abel, look at what happened to Cain and Abel. See, those are stories. That's fear. Number one, Cain and Abel was fighting over a woman, especially their sister. They were fighting over their sister. Cain got mad because I forgot one of them. I got the real story, but it was over a sister. And the nasty, the disrespect of these religions that they tell you that you need to marry young, at age 14, 13 years old, men are allowed to be dominant over their women. Women have no rights. Women have no right to speak amongst men. Did you understand that book was written to be against women? Not a women should be equal to man. No, man should not have no type of equalness to women. And this is not just happening during the motherfucking Bible. This happened during Jim Crow too. That white women, wasn't even equal to their own husbands because the husbands worked and the women stayed at home. But even if the man did not work, the woman still had to take care of the man at home. It didn't matter if he didn't work. It didn't matter that he had a job. People always talk about, oh, the man will work. No, the woman still had to take care of her husband, even though he didn't fucking work. So she would have to find a job to take care of him and take care of the kids. While he sat at home all day, getting drunk, being a womanizer and abuser, but he could sit home all he want and not do a goddamn thing while the woman go out and work. But they never told people that. This is what I mean. Like, this man wants to bring back power to men. He wants man to be above God. This is what he wants. This is what Donald Trump wants. He wants man to be above God. He believes that he's above God. He reminds me so much of Constantine when Constantine built a motherfucking statue of himself saying that he is equal to God. And this man is nowhere near equal to any type of power. If it was Zeus, If it was Hitler, it was Hercules, it was any other. He's not even equal power to these people. But this is what they want to say. He's speaking right now, probably saying the most dumbest shit out of his mouth. People are listening, and people be like, "Oh my God, Donald Trump, you're telling the truth." Knowing this man is a pathological liar. He's doing the same thing that Adolf Hitler did when Hitler became chancellor. He knew how to lie to the public, and the public will believe him. And he keeps saying the same lie over and over again. See, and black people say, well, he lied. I say, okay, but why does black people still vote if a person lies? Why do we still fight against each other if this man's telling us that black people are the weakest out of all of everybody? Why is us black people still fighting each other? Why are we jealous of each other? Why are we trying to make more money than each other? Why don't we ever get together and try to do something with Biden's up here cracking the hell? I swear to God, Biden's up here laughing. He is laughing in the background. He held it in, but he was up there laughing. See, the thing about it is like this is ridiculous. Number one, they have this man on pedestal talking about how he's going to change America. You can't change anything if you don't go for the people. The people you gotta go for the people. The people is the one that voted you in. If you're not doing anything the people, you're not gonna do anything the people tell you, which the people are the ones that are your bosses. The president is not the boss. It's the people that are the bosses are the ones that put the paychecks in his pocket and that pays the taxes for him to go on these fucking long ass plane rides and him to play golf every fucking where. The taxpayers do that. He doesn't do shit. But everybody think the president is, yeah, he runs the military. They talked about him in the military all through this video I watched about him going pulling immigrants out of everybody's fucking homes and probably pulling out non-immigrants. He could probably pull a non-immigrant out that been here for at least about 50 years, dog. You know, he could have people that were born here that had an ancestor that was from Africa and say, oh, your ancestor's from Africa. We can't have you here. They could pull you out and throw you on a boat somewhere and throw you to Africa. You've never even been to fucking Africa. This man has the power. This is how much power Donald Trump has in this immigration shit. This motherfucker could come with his military, kick in your fucking door, have guns on you, and ask where the fuck is your family members at. And if you don't answer, they're gonna lock you the fuck up. They're gonna throw you on a yellow fucking bus, and they're probably gonna take you somewhere like a nice little comfortable concentration camp because he's already said he's gonna put people in concentration camps. He already said that out of his fucking mouth. He doesn't give a fuck about you. And I keep telling people, all y'all people love Donald Trump. You can love him all you want. If you never grew up watching Donald Trump as a child like I did, you don't know nothing about this man. Only thing you know is what he's doing now. You don't know what he did back then. And they lie to you a billion times about what this man has done in the past. He has done the worst things to people in the past. He wasn't even the president of the United States yet. And he did so many bad things to people that were immigrant. He has his things against immigrants. He had things against immigrants ever since he had immigrants sue his ass for not paying them or mistreating them. And even blacks sued him for the things that he has done to them when he said black people are not supposed to touch his money. Like, come on, man. I don't give a damn if you love this man. I can't stand this man. I can't stand him. I don't care. Listen, he comes out, knock on my door, lock me. I don't give a fuck. Because it doesn't make a difference in what he do. Because he's going to keep on doing, he's going to continuously lie to people and tell people, this is what you need to fucking do. You need to follow me. You need to listen to me. Blah, blah, blah. Do the same thing that Hitler did. Make everybody believe that it's not everybody else's fault except yours, not his. He just made TikTok. He said he brought back TikTok knowing that he wanted to get rid of TikTok. He just lied to the people. Not just him, the people that actually own TikTok lied and said that he saved TikTok when he even talked about getting rid of TikTok. And he did get rid of TikTok. But you know what TikTok did? TikTok gave this motherfucker money. They gave him money so they could keep. He even asked for money. You got to give us a couple of something dollars for you to stay. He asked for money. They gave him the money. Now TikTok can never be touched. And y'all motherfuckers fell for that shit. Instead of getting off of TikTok and going and find something fucking else to do, y'all people got hooked on the TikTok and y'all look and search to see who's on or not. It says, you know what? Fuck TikTok. Let's go somewhere else and find something else to do with ourselves. People say, God, so what? You can go and find another site that got the same fucking type of everything that TikTok has. You got sites that are just like TikTok on fucking on these websites. It's just people don't give these websites chances because they're so used to having one website like they did when they had MySpace and when they had Facebook. You see what they did to Facebook? Once Facebook came out, everybody loved Facebook. And then next you know they destroyed Facebook and then they went to another fucking website which is called TikTok. Now TikTok almost got turned off by motherfucking Trump. Now everybody wants to say, "Oh, Trump say it." This man lied to you again. How many times you gonna believe this motherfucker, man? People say they voted for Donald Trump because they voted for Donald Trump. They didn't want to vote for Donald Trump because of all the evil things he did. But I really think people really like Donald. I still think people like Donald Trump, and I believe people like Donald Trump because he just said, "Well, he is more honest." He's not honest. He's a liar. I'm gonna tell you something about me. I used to be a liar, dog. I used to lie all the fucking time. I used to lie to my mom, my grandma, my dad. I used to lie so fucking much that I used to get out of trouble lying. And when you know a liar, like I used to be, and I'm looking at Donald Trump, I know he's a liar because I used to be a liar. That's why they have these people that used to lie a lot become people that actually watch these motherfuckers that lie. And he's one of them. This man will lie and laugh. No, he don't laugh. He's serious. But you know when he's lying. He wants everybody to love him. He don't give a damn about anybody else except himself. If he keeps on having all these people give him love and attention and tell him, oh, well, this is what well, he's going to bring up the Bible again. He's going to talk about how he loved Christians. He's going to talk about how he loved God, which he don't care nothing about God, a God, or a Messiah. He doesn't care. All he cares about is himself. And look at it. He's a standing ovation. He loves it. He loves that he get the standing ovation. And number one, these white motherfuckers, which basically there's really no black people in there, except I think Obama's. I think Obama's not even there. I think Obama's there. Is Obama there? I don't even think Obama's there. The thing is, I think Obama is there. He's somewhere around there. But it's sad, dog. It's the year 2025, man. People don't want to listen. People always thinking that God is going to save them, and human beings are not trying to save ourselves, dog. They're sitting up there trying to launch a mission to Mars to leave all the poor people on this planet to suffer. They're already talking about doing a lot of things to the poor, the disability, the people that can't take care of themselves, or they're going to make people work until they're fucking 80s. He's going to try to change the retirement to 80 years old, though. And on top of that, this motherfucker's he's trying to make minimum wage stay the way it is at I think it's 7.40 something an hour. They asked one of his people that wrote the book 2025, do you think that minimum wage should be risen? He said no. And these are the people, I keep telling people, you shouldn't fear Donald Trump, you should fear his cabinet because his cabinets are the idiots. They're the ones that tell him what to do. And he listens to his cabinet and he says what his cabinet says. And all he's going to do is listen to his cabinet. His cabinet going to be like, look, Donald Trump, don't do that. Here, sign this. Okay. You know he's a dummy. And you know, basically, you know he's not going to sign nothing for himself. He's going to listen to his cabinet, to everything his cabinet say. Hey, Donald Trump, you should get rid of all the blacks. He would probably do that. Oh, you're absolutely right, because that might be the next people he might get rid of. You think that he needs black people here? Just think about that. He gets rid of all the immigrants, right? Just think, he gets rid of half of the immigrants. At least about probably less than 2 million, right? But the next people in line are probably black people that were born here, lived here for like 60, 70, 80 to 100 years, and the 200, like, you know, nearly 70 years. He'd be like, what do you think we should do? We should get rid of all black people. We should do the same thing that they did to the immigrants. We should tell that they're immigrants. We should go into their crib, kick their door in, and grab them out and send them back to Africa. He could do that shit if he really wants to. You don't understand how He don't have power like power, but he has power. He don't have that Putin power, but he has power. He could just be sitting there chilling, just thinking, you know what I'll do today? I'll just go over there and just write a law that all black people go back to Jim Crow. Jim Crow. We're going to put another black code in. He can do whatever he want, dog. And when it comes to laws, no, he probably has to go through the Senate, the court system, and all that. They probably going to say, no, we can't do that. But he's going to find loopholes. And he's going to find loopholes that's going to help him get people that he want out this country. Because he already said he wants to make this country great again. And guess who said they want to make this country great again? His name is Adolf Hitler. He the first one to say the fucking shit about he want to make the country great again. So he wants to go on and do the same thing that Adolf Hitler did, get all out of all the. Remember, he rounded up all them Jews. He rounded them all up, threw them in trains to concentration camps. And what did he do to them? Y'all know what he done to them. See, they don't want to talk about that no more because they really believe that the next people that they're going to do the same thing to is going to be immigrants. They're going to round them all up. They're going to throw them on whatever they're going to find them, planes, trains, which they're really not going to take them nowhere. They're not going to take them down there to Texas, near the border, and they're going to throw them in concentration camps and use them as slave and free slave labor. Y'all don't understand the rich, dog. The rich don't care nothing about poor people. They don't care. You could even go back to Rome, how they used to make their own people fucking starve. And you don't think that they're trying to make this country Rome? They really believe that, and I said that to black people all the time, you can't trust the leaders of the whites, like the white supremacists, the neo-Nazis, the KKK, the skinheads. You can't trust them because they wear suits now. They don't wear the top hats with the holes in the eyes and the long white shit. These motherfuckers got the same shit that Donald Trump got on, a fucking suit. He'll tell you how much great this country is and how great the people are in this country. But he'll turn around and snatch everybody out of this country, throw them on fucking buses and trains, and throw them in concentration camps and make them do force-free labor. And y'all don't think this man will do that? He would because he's rich. He don't give a fuck about the poor. He don't give a fuck about the middle class. He don't give a fuck about this disabled people or the homeless. What is this campaign he ever talked about? What was in this campaign that he ever talked about homeless people? Say he's gonna help the homeless. He's gonna get California out of that homeless problem they had down there. He ain't talking about nothing about the homeless. All he talk about is let's do this to the poor. Let's not give them any money to work and have a stable life. Let's take away their welfare. Let's take away their child care. Let's take away their funding so they can have money to survive. No, let them suffer while the rich play at their mansions with little kids. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why I have problems. This is the reason why I make these videos. Because I'm getting sick and tired of people telling me that I'm wrong. And people know I'm not wrong about this man. And even the people that were voted for Trump are finding out themselves this man don't give a damn about you. He don't give a damn about the poor whites. He don't give a damn about the poor middle class whites. He don't care about them. If you ain't a millionaire or a quadrillionaire, he don't give a fuck about you. He'll shake your hand and say, man, no, I don't believe I shook my hand to this poor motherfucker. Yeah, he'll go in the hood. Because you know why he'll go in the hood? Because they pick out a hood for him to go to. So they clear out the hood, make sure nobody fucks with that motherfucker. Because he can't go to a real hood. He can't go to a real white neighborhood that really dislikes him. Because there's white people that dislike this man. And they're even telling people, don't follow this man. But they followed him. He's the president. Now he's going to ruin everybody's life, dog. And he even said that before he left office that he's going to come back. He's going to ruin everybody's fucking life. He said that. He's going to ruin everybody's life. So it's about time for him to do it. He already got his 5 motherfucking pieces of paper that he already going to be signing pretty soon, his executive orders, because he said today that he's going to start going after immigrants today. So all the people that are rooting and hollering for all the immigrants to go away, don't worry about it. Most of y'all are going to be taken along with them. Because all these people that are clapping, they thinking that he's not going to attack the rich too. Yeah, he's going to go and attack the rich people that actually he think that actually shun him and try to kick him out of office in 2020. He's going to go after them too. Oh, you think that you can get in this country because your immigrants are rich? Hell no, you get the fuck out of this country too. He don't give a fuck about if you're rich, and he gonna do the same thing to your family too. Don't think you're safe because you're a white person. Don't think you're safe because you're a black person. Don't think you're safe because you are of other culture. Stop thinking that you're safe. This man doesn't care about nobody except the skin that he wants to believe that's pure white. Which his fucking family is from another country because he's from Ireland. His family's from Ireland. And his wife, his two wives, has kids that are not even from this fucking country. Now, they might not be touched. That's a damn shame. How the fuck you got two kids? How about you got your kids and your wife fucking from another country, but you're gonna try to ship everybody else out of the country, but you're gonna protect your family. But he might not protect his wife because he probably don't care about his wife. But he has family that's from other countries. This family he has family that are immigrants. Trying to tell you, man, this right here. You talk about y'all say y'all afraid of the devil. Well, that motherfucker right there. If you want to believe in Satan, that's the motherfucker Satan right there sitting on the pedestal right there. That's the Antichrist that everybody was talking about coming. That's Antichrist right there. No, he don't have no powers. He don't have no magical powers. But the thing is, he knows how to talk because he was taught how to talk, or he learned to talk through being the years that he was not president. He was going through so much. He had people teach him how to be a president, and he had a lot of powerful motherfucking people that just listen. You be very powerful. Think about in your mind that you have to be the president of the United States. Not just don't be the president of the people. Be the president for yourself. Make people believe that you're their president, and get all the white motherfuckers, the megas. Oh, it's some blacks too, some Puerto Ricans, some Indians. All they're mega too. Bring them into your room and let them praise you. And once you get praised, you'll become president. And all you had to do is say, "Fuck all them people that thought that you were praising me, all the megas. I don't give a damn about you. You ain't rich. You only care about the rich. You saw when people standing up? Those are all rich motherfuckers. They're all billionaires. They're probably millionaires and billionaires all in that motherfucking area right there. All that little spot right there. All rich people. There's not one poor motherfucker, no middle class. That's the reason why he didn't. That's why he wanted to take his motherfucker inside. It's not because he didn't want to sit outside in the cold. He didn't want poor people being down there. He didn't want middle class people to be down there. He wanted rich people to be around him. That's the reason why he got all these rich motherfuckers around him. Look at him. They're standing up for him, clapping their hands. He's probably talking about he's probably talking about the we call it the immigrants right now, talking about how dirty and sloppy they are and how they're taking jobs from us and all that kind of stuff. All the lies that he's been talking about for many, many decades, in which people keep on believing that that immigrants are the only ones that, immigrants are taking jobs from everybody, but America has not worked in a long fucking time. Ever since technology was created, Americans got lazy. So, the average motherfucker is on their phone like every motherfucking day. But people don't understand. The ones that do work are the ones that are overlooked. But the ones that don't work are the ones that talks about the immigrants taking the jobs. That's the reason why I'm sick and tired of people talking about immigrants. Because immigrants came here just like our ancestors did. But our ancestors came here a lot different. But a lot of people that came to this country came freely and willfully because they were allowed to come here. And they came here without no registration, no bullshit, long as they came here to work, make money, and probably go back to their country or settle, buy land here. That's what they wanted. They wanted immigrants to come here and buy land and make money and help build this country. So instead of Africans doing it, they wanted other ones like Italians, Jews, Indians, many other cultures like Puerto Ricans, Japanese, Chinese. They wanted them to come here and work, make money, build this country, make this country into a United States as it is today, which was built on the back of immigrants and blacks, slaves. But I just don't understand how people don't understand that. Like they really believe that these white motherfuckers built this country. They did not. They did not put one imprint into this country. All they did was have war, famine, and that's all. And that's all they did. And diseases and enslaving people. While these other people came into this country looking for opportunity to make money, to build and to buy land, and that's what they did. And you know what, their land was taken away from, just like the blacks had their lands taken away from them, because they found out that they can't be looked at as the fathers of these countries. Because I believe the immigrants are the fathers of the country. I don't believe none of the motherfuckers that came over here that were fucking immigrants that came over here and they met the Native Americans, and the Native Americans told them to get the fuck out this country. They didn't want to leave. So the Native Americans say, "Oh, you ain't gonna leave. We're gonna start killing y'all motherfuckers." That's what they did. They started killing them. But you know what? Everybody blames the Native Americans because they were wrong to try to protect where this is their country. This is their continent. Donald Trump's son look like he don't even want to fucking be there. Like, this is, and he probably, and his friends, he probably got a lot of immigrant friends. This is the fucked up thing about it, right? These motherfuckers, right? They got a lot of immigrant friends. They got a lot of immigrant people that, you know, that make probably help. They probably got people that work for them that are immigrant. They probably cool with, you know what I mean? They probably, you know, that they love and shit. But this motherfucker right here had immigrants work for him for many, many, many decades. And all he did was try to destroy them by taking their money, firing them, telling them that they were stealing from him, doing all these things that was not even true. But he's telling these people, y'all should all get rid of y'all immigrants. The people who are illegal criminal. Number one, you might as well get somebody rid of these Americans then that are criminal. Because you gotta understand, the United States has had criminals in it ever since motherfucking continent has been founded. There have been criminals on this continent. And there are mostly immigrants that came from another country. The biggest criminals are the ones that came to this country and invaded and took the country from the people that were fucking already here. Then they went to Mexico, did the same thing to Mexico, and took the people out their country that they already owned, was Texas and California. So how are they immigrants are freaking enemies of the country, but you won't talk about what y'all have done to this country and to the people that have been living here long before you even stepped foot onto this continent. How many other people, many immigrants that came to this country, seen the Native Americans, not one time invaded this country, but the whites came here and invaded the country. Look how all these white motherfuckers standing up for him. Most of them not even standing up because most of them can't stand Donald Trump. But you got most of these motherfuckers standing here, standing up, clapping their hand. They don't even know why they fucking clapping their hands for him. This bitch right here is smiling. She like she about to get some. She look like she about to give this motherfucker some head or something. Biden looked like he want to leave. Harris, I swear to God, Harris like she airbrushed her face. I'm not a big fan of any of these motherfuckers, man. I'm not. The only president that I actually respected was probably Obama, because Obama wasn't afraid of saying what he wanted to say, even though he didn't want to help black people, because he wanted the black people to understand you gotta help your own people. You can't wait for a Messiah to come and think Jesus was walking around helping people. No, Jesus wanted people to help his fucking self. Jesus wasn't walking around here saying, okay, everybody, I'm going to save everybody's life. No, Jesus wanted, this is the reason why they say he died on the cross. He died for everybody's sins, but he really probably hated fucking humans at that time, because they beat him so fucking bad and humiliated him. They humiliated Jesus. And next thing you know, his mom had to watch that humiliation. He was so mad. He was trying to tell God, look, don't destroy man, because God was going to destroy. They said God was going to destroy man. He was going to destroy man because of what they did to his son. But he said, no, don't do nothing. They don't know what they do. Don't do nothing, because he was going to destroy man. See, the thing that we don't understand is we start our own trouble. We mock the man that's supposed to save you, but then we talk about him thousands of years later. Oh, he does this. You know, they don't talk about the torture that he fucking went through. I mean, the torture that man went through for order to get where he had to get the position to be on the cross. Then when he died, people still mocked him after he fucking died. So nobody changed at all. Humans didn't change at all for 2,000 years. So how is it that humans changed from ever since now everybody wants to say God this and God that? Stop that shit, man. Only thing we go by is by what our ancestors believe in. We don't know who God is because all we do is go to church, listen to a preach yell at us and say, you need to change yourself. I said, why does preach get to tell me what the fuck to do and how I should pray to God? Because he said God speak through me. God don't speak through fucking nobody. Why he need to speak through you to speak to me? He can speak to me any fucking time he fucking wants to, right? He's supposed to be, he's supposed to be everywhere, right? Why he need that man right there with that motherfucking long ass coat on to tell me what he's thinking? No, like why can't he tell me himself? Because human beings are brainwashed. Human beings believe in shit that they think is truthful is not even true because they believe in a book that's 2,000 years old. So 2,000 years old. So if you look at the Egyptians' time of 6,000 years before the Bible was created, knowing they have a book called the Book of the Dead and the Book of Life that tells you the same thing of the Bible, and they got 42 they got 40 I think 45 commandments, and they got 10 commandments. So this is the reason why I rotated to the Egyptian philosophy, then rotate to this motherfucking philosophy of Christianity because I would never be a Christian ever fuck again. I don't think you need to be a religion anyway to believe in anybody, but that's just the way they believe that you're supposed to be. This man stands up and stands there every time somebody says something to him. He stands there and he clap. I can't stand. Why is he the president of the United States? Why is he the president? All right, I'm off this thing. I can't stand this anymore. The inauguration's over. All these rich people are clapping for him. They're celebrating him. He ain't got not one poor person in there. He got not one poor middle class person in there. You know what I mean? Then you got a separate room with Donald Trump with all the poor people in it. This is a separate room. This is a separate motherfucking building. He's gonna go to this building where all these poor people are, all these middle class people are, while he's sitting with all the rich, and but he got all the poor right there. This man is terrific. This is y'all president, y'all. This is the man that y'all ran out and thought he's gonna do everything for America. He thinks about the American people. Motherfucker ain't about nobody. Even Joe Biden even said that shit. He don't even want to be there. Up there. Is that his daughter he was up there touching on? Saying that he would if that wasn't his daughter, he would have clapped the cheeks. Did he say that? Oh, everybody thought it was a joke. You say that about your own daughter, especially on national TV. There go Bill Clinton, his old ass. Well, he's still standing. Where Obama? Nobody was gonna see that motherfucker. Nobody was coming out there to see him. Who's that? Who's that Indian woman over there? She's rich. Oh, is that his wife? I think it's his wife. Oh, that's his wife. I forgot she's fucking Muslim. The fuck is this? God damn, I hate this country, dog. I really do hate this country, man. This country makes me so, man. If my uncle ever called me and said, "Listen, dog, you want to live in Africa? Let's go. I'm packing. I I can't do this, man. For the next probably 10 years, they're gonna probably be nothing but Republican presidents, because Democrats don't have any presidents to vote for unless somebody come out of nowhere. But the people that we don't even know, at least Republicans have people that we know that could probably be presidents, but we don't know no Democratic people that could be presidents. Unless we just vote for somebody just because we wanted a Democrat in there that don't know what the fuck he's doing or she doing, which we try to get Harris to do. But like I said before, this is the problem with us in this election shit. Let's sing that damn. That's Carrie Underwood. Oh my god, that's Carrie Underwood. I can't stand that woman, man. I'm off, man. Before I start snapping even more.